Okay, folks, as John mentioned before, I was in Korea during the Korean War for my first Christmas. But I'd like to start how it all started. In 1950, I decided to join the Marine Corps, and I joined the day after Christmas, the 26th. And from there, my next Christmas, a year later, I was in Korea. Okay, so I did it there. Here's what a Christmas in Korea was like. I was up on the front lines with a bunch of other guys there, and Christmas Eve came, and the lieutenant came to us and said, how many guys here would like to go to Christmas Bash back in Incheon, which is like 30 miles behind us. So a few of us volunteered to go, and it was a day off the front lines, and we'd go back to Incheon. To a midnight mass. Okay, so the army truck come and pick us up, and they dropped off supplies for our Christmas party the next day on the front lines. Cakes and beer and sort of stuff like that. And we got in the truck, about 13 of us, and the truck driver said, "Oh, you guys are only doing this to get off the front lines." And like an insult to us. We were up there. I was up there already 4 or 5 months on the front lines. And a Sergeant Green we had, I don't know what religion he was, he went into the truck and pulled the driver out and started slapping the hell out of him. So don't you dare talk to these guys like that they're trying to avoid combat just because they're going back to hear mass. And the guy said, I was only kidding. So you still don't talk to these men like that, apologize. And so the truck driver, I'm sorry guys, it was only a joke. This corporal didn't take it as a joke. So anyway, we got in the truck, and let me tell you, we think it's cold out here. This is like a sunny day in Korea in the winter. It's freezing over there. My worst was 23 below zero. And the next day the officer said, come on guys, warm up. Tomorrow it's going to get warmer. It's only going to be 13 below. So that was that. And the winters over there were really cold. I'm telling you, they were cold. So we get in the truck, and they have a canvas cover over it. And the lieutenant, he come in back with us there. He says, you guys are freezing back here, I'll come back with you. He came back with us, and he let somebody else have the front seat where he normally would drive. So we went down to Incheon, and we got there, and here's what you've got to imagine. About 400 or 500 guys in this huge warehouse building. Everyone's got a rifle on their shoulder, and ammunition all over the place. Because if we got trapped in there without a way to protect ourselves, we'd be slaughtered. We had the midnight mass, and here were the little Korean kids singing Christmas carols in Korean, but they were standard carols that everybody knew the tunes. And they're singing, and I'm hearing all these things, and I'm getting kind of uptight. I'm getting tears in my eyes. These are the Christmas carols I used to sing when I went to school, with the nuns and all that, Catholic school. And we heard all those songs, and we got there, and I started thinking of my mother and father and 2 sisters back in Jersey. What are they doing tonight? Here I'm in Korea at a midnight mass in the middle of nowhere, and they're back in Port Lee, New Jersey, probably thinking of me, whatever. And that was that. And as they're singing, I'm starting to think, this Old Holy Nights, that song. And next thing I know, tears are rolling down my face. I'm crying. I said, holy smokes, I don't cry over nothing. I shouldn't cry over nothing. But I'm crying because my memory is going back. So when I heard those songs when I was a kid in school, all that. And we were there, and the lieutenant says to us guys, hey, you guys, when we get ready, remember the truck number you come on. There's like 20 trucks out there. They all got numbers on them. Who the hell knows what truck number you came on? We never even thought of that. It's like a one big parking lot with army trucks. If you're in the military, you know what I mean. And we go out there, and now we look at this number. Oh, that looks familiar. They all look familiar. They're all painted the same color. They're all the same, right? The lieutenant comes in, oh, you dumb bunch of dummies and all that. He says, follow me to your truck. We're in the wrong parking lot even, you know. But he gets us going, and coming down, he rode in the back with us. He said, you guys are cold back there. I'm riding with you back here. somebody gave somebody a seat up in the front with the driver. Going home. He says, guys, I'm going up front now. There's enough for coming down cold. I'm not going back cold. He goes, so he's back there with us. And I followed that man's career. He was Lieutenant Gary at that time. And I followed him. Last I lost track, he was Colonel Gary in the Marine Corps, which is some elevation, so the man knew what he was doing. And anyway, up at the front lines, we had this food. It was better than the Marine Corps birthday, it was better than Thanksgiving. It was a Christmas meal. Again, it was the turkey and the standard mashed potatoes and all that sort of stuff. But this time they put ham in there too. And we had ham, which is rare in Korea. You know, that probably was the last cat that was running around the neighborhood. But it was good. But all in all, the Korean people, they took good care of us. I mentioned it many times when I spoke here. To this day, they're still taking care of us, all that. And I can't do enough in my own neighborhood that they don't repay me back, you know, whatever else I do for them and all that. But Christmas in Korea, to me, it was something I always remembered, and I worried my mother, my father, my two sisters at home. They're worried about me, and I'm worried about them. I'm away, and whatever money I was sending home was probably just enough for them to make it. But all in all, everything went fine for me. And I always say to myself, thank God I was able to celebrate a Christmas in Korea and remember it. I remember it was like yesterday, and other guys didn't have the chance to do that. My heart goes out to them and all that. I always say, as General MacArthur said at one time, all soldiers never die, they just fade away. But I'd like to embellish that a little bit by saying, all Marines never die, they just go to God, the gates of heaven. Thank you, Sergeant.